Tonight we open a quiet doorway into a gentle truth. People do not come into our lives by chance. Life can be difficult, tangled with moments of confusion, loneliness, or surprise, but here in this stillness, we find peace. Imagine every meeting, every face, every encounter as a thread woven into the invisible fabric of your life. Each thread holds meaning, purpose, and connection beyond what the eyes can see. So before we settle in, feel free to like and subscribe only if this space brings you peace. I invite you to share your location and local time so we can be present together in this moment across distances, yet united in calm. Now dim the lights, maybe light a candle or incense, and let's wander into stillness together. You listen now to the quiet web of connection that surrounds you. Like a spider's web glistening with morning dew, each thread catches the light, delicate yet strong. People come and go, but their threads linger, weaving patterns in the tapestry of your soul. Buddha taught us about interdependence, that nothing exists in isolation. Everything arises in relation to everything else. Your life is shaped by countless encounters, some brief, some long-lasting, each influencing your path in ways subtle and profound. Remember the lotus in the mud. It grows pure and beautiful precisely because it emerges from dark, nourishing earth. So too, your relationships, even difficult or fleeting ones, nourish your inner growth. Think of a time when a chance meeting shifted your perspective or opened your heart. Maybe a stranger's kindness brightened a dark day, or a friend's quiet presence soothed your worries. Reflect now silently. What unseen threads have shaped who I am today? How do I feel connected to those who have crossed my path? Your life is a woven story rich with meaning. Breathe in this connection. Breathe out gratitude. Now imagine the story of a traveler walking alone through a dense forest. The path is winding and uncertain, shadows falling across the trail. Suddenly, a gentle voice calls out, and a stranger appears, offering a lantern to light the way. Though they are strangers, this meeting is no accident. It is part of the traveler's journey, a thread woven into the fabric of their life. The light shared becomes a symbol of hope and guidance, a reminder that help often arrives just when it is most needed. Just as the traveler is supported by the stranger's lantern, so are you supported by the people who enter your life. Their presence, however brief or unexpected, carries lessons, love, or challenges designed to help you grow. Consider the spider's web again, a network of silken threads that together create strength and resilience. Each thread supports the whole, and the whole gives meaning to each thread. So it is with human connections. Even when someone leaves your life, the thread remains shaping who you are and who you will become. You might recall a moment when a fleeting encounter brought a powerful insight or a healing feeling. Perhaps a stranger's smile lifted a heavy heart, or a kind word from a passerby planted a seed of hope. These moments, small as they seem, are threads in your web, anchoring you in connection and reminding you that no one walks alone. Think also of the people who have left your life, friends, loved ones, teachers, or even adversaries. Though the physical presence has gone, their influence remains woven deeply within you. Their impact may be a lesson, a memory, or a transformation sparked by their presence. Buddhism teaches us about impermanence and the flow of life. People come and go like clouds drifting across the sky. Yet each cloud shapes the sky's appearance for a moment before passing on. Similarly, every person in your life leaves an imprint, no matter how briefly they appear. Reflect again. How have those who have left your life shaped your journey? What gifts did they leave behind? Can you hold these memories with kindness rather than regret? Your web of connections is alive and ever-changing. It is not static, but fluid, like a river flowing through time. Each encounter alters the current, sometimes subtly, sometimes dramatically, carrying you forward on your path. Breath becomes your companion here, steady and calm. Breathe in the vastness of your connections. Breathe out the tension of separation or loss. Within this flow, there is a sacred pattern, a dance of meeting and parting, giving and receiving, teaching and learning. The people in your life are not random, but are threads woven by the great tapestry of existence. This tapestry is complex, beautiful, and imperfect, just like you. Embrace this truth with gentle heart. Your story is unique, yet connected to all stories. Each meeting is a doorway, each relationship a mirror. Allow gratitude to bloom in your chest for the unseen hands that guide you, for the invisible threads that hold you. Breathe deeply now. Feel the web enfolding you, strong and delicate. You are part of this great unfolding. You are connected deeply and eternally. And in this connection, you find your true home. You feel yourself drawn now into the gentle unfolding of lessons hidden within your relationships. Those intricate mirrors reflecting parts of yourself you may not yet fully see. Life's most profound growth often arises not from ease and comfort, but from challenges that stir your heart and mind, nudging you toward awakening and deeper understanding. Imagine a calm lake resting beneath a vast sky, its surface smooth and unbroken. Suddenly, a stone slips into the water, sending ripples outward in concentric circles, disturbing the stillness. These ripples reveal not only the lake's surface, but hint at the depths beneath depths that were unseen in the calm. Difficult relationships are like these ripples, moments that disturb your peace, but offer an invitation to explore deeper parts of your inner world, parts waiting patiently to be recognized, healed, and transformed. Buddha taught that suffering arises primarily from attachment and aversion, the craving for what feels good and the rejection of what causes pain. When someone challenges you or causes discomfort, it is not only the other person's actions but your own internal patterns, fears, desires, judgments that surface. These moments become sacred teachers, reflecting back what you may have hidden or avoided within yourself. Recall a time when a relationship stirred strong emotions within you, perhaps frustration, anger, sadness, or even confusion. Instead of turning away from these feelings or blaming the other, pause and ask, what is this emotion trying to show me? Is it pointing to unmet needs, old wounds that still ache, aspects of yourself yearning for attention and acceptance? Reflect quietly. What have my difficult relationships taught me about my own heart and mind? How might I approach these lessons with openness and kindness rather than resistance or blame? There is a timeless Zen story of a master and his student. The student came troubled, burdened by anger toward a family member who had caused pain. The master asked, "When you carry a hot coal, who gets burned?" The student answered, "I do." The master smiled softly and said, "Then why do you carry it?" This simple parable teaches the heavy cost of holding on to resentment and bitterness. It invites you to release the burning coal of anger, freeing yourself from suffering. Presence is the key to transforming difficult relationships. By becoming mindful of your reactions without judgment or blame, you create a space of awareness. In this space, you can choose how to respond, learning to meet others and yourself with compassion rather than reactivity. Imagine yourself standing calmly in the center of a swirling storm. The winds rage and the waves crash, but deep within you are steady and unmoved, a strong tree, rooted deeply in the earth. This steadiness is your true nature beneath the surface turmoil. You can meet difficult relationships as mirrors reflecting your own inner world, inviting you to grow in patience, understanding, and love. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to awaken your heart, to practice forgiveness, and to embrace your wholeness. As you breathe now, imagine drawing in patience like a warm light filling your chest. Breathe out tension and resistance like soft mist dissolving into the air. Let your breath become a gentle rhythm, grounding you in kindness and calm. Consider too that difficult relationships are often tangled with expectations of how others should behave, of how situations should unfold. These expectations can become prisons, trapping you in cycles of disappointment and frustration. The Buddhist teaching of non-attachment encourages you to let go of fixed ideas, to accept people as they are, and to respond with an open heart. Reflect. Where am I holding on to expectations that cause me suffering? How might releasing them bring freedom and peace? There is a story of a Zen master who advised a student struggling with a friend's harsh words. Hold the words lightly like a leaf floating on water. Let them pass without sinking your heart. This teaching reminds you that while others' actions may affect you, your inner peace is yours to protect. As you continue to breathe, bring awareness to the parts of your body where tension gathers when you think of difficult relationships. Perhaps your jaw tightens, your shoulders hunch, or your chest feels heavy. With each exhale, invite softness into these areas. Imagine the warmth of your breath melting away hardness, opening space for healing. Difficult relationships can also awaken your deepest compassion, both for yourself and for others. You may recognize that those who challenge you carry their own pain and confusion, just as you do. This realization can soften judgment and open the heart. Think of a story from Buddhist teaching. A monk once met a man who harbored deep anger toward his enemy. Instead of responding with hatred, the monk practiced loving-kindness meditation, sending compassion toward both himself and the man. Over time, his anger softened, replaced by peace. This shows the transformative power of compassion, even toward those who have hurt us. You are invited to extend this compassion to yourself and to those who challenge you. Compassion does not mean ignoring harm or excusing pain, but it frees you from bitterness, allowing healing to begin. Consider also that growth through relationships is not always linear. Sometimes healing happens slowly in small moments of insight or connection. Other times it is sudden, a breakthrough or an act of forgiveness that opens a new chapter. Patience with yourself and the process is vital. Like a seed that takes time to sprout, your growth unfolds in its own rhythm. You might visualize your heart as a garden where every experience, every relationship plants a seed. Some seeds bloom quickly into flowers of understanding and love. Others take longer, nurtured by your attention and care. Each seed is precious, each moment of presence a drop of water. Rest in this image now. Feel the gentle pulse of life growing within. You are learning to see your relationships not as burdens, but as sacred teachers, mirrors reflecting your true self, invitations to awaken. With each breath, you deepen your capacity to love and forgive. You soften toward yourself and others. You embrace the fullness of your journey, and you become whole. Breathe in patience. Breathe out resistance. You are growing. You are healing. You are becoming. You turn your attention now to the mysterious and often overlooked gifts carried by strangers, those brief, sometimes fleeting encounters that at first may seem random or insignificant, but in truth carry quiet wisdom, compassion, or guidance meant uniquely for you. Imagine yourself walking through a bustling street surrounded by countless faces, most unknown, and passing by quickly, like leaves carried on the wind. Yet even in these brief moments, connections are woven silent threads in the vast invisible web of your life. Perhaps you recall a time when a stranger's smile or a simple nod lifted your spirits during a difficult day, or when an unexpected act of kindness, a helping hand, a shared umbrella, a listening ear offered relief when you most needed it. Though these moments may seem small or accidental, they often hold deep significance beyond what appears on the surface. In the Buddhist understanding, nothing is truly accidental. These meetings are expressions of interdependence, moments where compassion flows through unseen channels, offering healing and insight. Consider the story of a traveler caught in a sudden storm on an unfamiliar path. The rain drenches their clothes, the wind chills their bones, and hope seems distant. Suddenly a stranger appears, offering shelter, warmth, and a kind smile. The traveler, initially wary, accepts this unexpected gift. Later, reflecting on the journey, the traveler realizes this encounter was more than physical rescue. It was a profound lesson in trust, openness, and the generosity of the human heart. These brief meetings with strangers often serve as reminders that the world is larger and more connected than we might think. They teach you to remain open, to trust the kindness that can appear even from unknown places. They invite you to soften boundaries and see humanity reflected in every face, no matter how fleeting the encounter. Reflect quietly now. What gifts have strangers brought into your life, moments of unexpected kindness, insight, or comfort? How might these moments have shaped your path, even if you did not fully realize their significance at the time? Your breath becomes steady and calm as you welcome the mystery of these connections, allowing yourself to trust that each meeting, no matter how brief, holds meaning. You rest in the knowing that life's threads are woven with care even when you cannot see the pattern. Breathe in openness, the willingness to receive the unexpected. Breathe out gratitude for the kindness found in strangers. You are part of this vast web of kindness, interwoven with countless others. Imagine the way a single drop of rain falls upon a dry leaf, nourishing it and beginning a quiet transformation. So too do these small encounters nourish your soul, sometimes planting seeds that will bloom later in your journey. Perhaps you have encountered a stranger who listened without judgment when you needed to speak, or someone who offered directions when you were lost, not only in the physical sense, but in heart or mind. These moments are like unexpected lanterns illuminating a dark path, reminding you of the light that exists even in unfamiliar places. There is a Zen saying, "No snowflake ever falls in the wrong place." This reminds you that every event, every meeting happens in perfect timing and placement, serving a purpose beyond your immediate understanding. As you breathe deeply, imagine your life as a vast garden, tended not only by your own hands, but also by the gentle, unseen help of others. Strangers are like bees visiting flowers, carrying pollen that enables new growth, unseen but essential. You might feel moved now to recall a particular encounter that upon reflection shifted your heart or your perspective. Perhaps a kind word from a stranger opened a door inside you, allowing compassion or hope to enter. Or maybe a simple gesture reminded you of the goodness that still exists in the world. Allow yourself to rest in the warmth of these memories. Notice the subtle ripple of connection that extends from them, how one small act of kindness can reverberate through time, influencing you and others in ways impossible to measure. At the same time, consider your own role in this web of kindness. You too are a stranger to many, carrying gifts, others may need without knowing. Your smile, your presence, your small acts of care can become beacons of light in someone else's life. This awareness invites you to be open-hearted not only as a receiver, but also as a giver, embodying the flow of compassion that circulates invisibly among us all. Breathe in the courage to be kind without expectation. Breathe out any hesitation or fear of reaching out. You are both nourished by and nourisher of this great human tapestry. Reflect on the impermanence of these encounters, the way moments come and go like waves on the shore. Though temporary, their impact can be lasting, shaping your journey in subtle but profound ways. This impermanence invites you to cherish each meeting fully, to be present and open, knowing that every person you meet is part of your spiritual unfolding. As your breath deepens, feel the gratitude growing inside you for the strangers who have crossed your path, for the gifts they have offered, and for the opportunity to offer your gifts in return. You are woven into a web of kindness, compassion, and love that spans far beyond what you can see. Rest now in this awareness. You are connected. You are held. You are part of something vast and beautiful. And in this knowing you find peace. Breathe in openness. Breathe out gratitude. You are never alone. You are always supported. You are loved. You listen now to the gentle dance of synchronicity, the quiet, mysterious unfolding of meaningful coincidences that guide your path beyond your conscious control. Life often weaves patterns that feel too perfect, too timely to be mere chance. These moments come like whispers from the universe, invitations to trust a deeper flow, moving quietly beneath the surface of everyday experience. Synchronicity is the universe's subtle way of communicating with you, reminding you that you are not alone on your journey. Imagine yourself walking through a dense, ancient forest. The canopy above filters soft light, casting dappled shadows on the mossy ground beneath your feet. You stand at a crossroads where several paths diverge, each one veiled by trees and mystery. Unsure which way to go, you pause and listen. Suddenly, a bird's call pierces the quiet, clear and melodic, as if signaling a direction. At the same moment, a gentle breeze carries the scent of wildflowers from one of the paths. Your heart stirs, and you find yourself drawn toward that trail, feeling a quiet assurance as you step forward. This scene is a metaphor for synchronicity, the way life offers gentle signs when you are uncertain, nudging you toward what is right for your growth and healing. These signs may come as people entering your life unexpectedly, a book opening to just the right page, a phrase spoken at the perfect moment, or a series of events aligning with uncanny precision. Buddhism teaches the principle of dependent origination, reminding you that nothing arises in isolation. Every event depends on countless causes and conditions woven together in an intricate web of life. Synchronicity is a visible thread in this web, a luminous pattern, revealing the interconnectedness of all things and the subtle intelligence guiding you through life. Think now of a time when you noticed a surprising pattern or coincidence that felt deeply meaningful. Perhaps you met someone whose presence answered a silent question, or you encountered a message that illuminated your next step. Maybe a series of unexpected events unfolded, just as you needed them, providing clarity or comfort. Reflect quietly. When have I experienced moments of synchronicity in my life? How did they shape my path? What might it mean to trust this unfolding dance more fully? Your breath deepens and slows as you open your heart to the rhythm of life's mysterious flow. Allow any doubts or fears about uncertainty to soften with each inhale. With every exhale, release the need to control or force outcomes. Synchronicity invites surrender, not in defeat, but in trust, a trusting that life's unfolding is wiser and more benevolent than your limited perspective can see. Imagine a vast river winding through valleys and mountains. Sometimes the current moves swiftly, other times it pools quietly in still bends. You are like this river flowing through twists and turns, carried by a greater force that knows the path, even when you do not. When you try to swim against the current, you tire. When you float with it, you move effortlessly toward your destination. Allow your breath to be your guide, steady and calm, supporting your surrender to this flow. There is a story of a Zen monk who traveled many miles seeking enlightenment. At a crossroads, unsure which way to go, he closed his eyes and listened deeply. A sudden gust rustled the leaves, and a single leaf fell drifting gently toward one path. Trusting this sign, he followed and found the teacher he sought. The leaf was a silent messenger, a symbol of synchronicity guiding his journey. In your own life, such signs may be subtler or more profound, but they all serve the same purpose to remind you that the universe conspires in your favor when you are open to its whispers. Synchronicity also teaches patience. Sometimes the guidance comes immediately, other times it unfolds slowly in ways you only understand looking back. This requires faith, not blind faith, but a quiet confidence that even in uncertainty you are supported. Reflect again. How can I cultivate patience for the unfolding of synchronicity? How can I open my senses more fully to the subtle signs around me? Notice too that synchronicity is not about forcing connections or seeing patterns where none exist. It arises naturally when your heart and mind are open, when you are present and receptive. It is a dialogue between you and the universe, a dance that requires trust and attentiveness. As you breathe, become aware of moments in your daily life where you can pause and listen to a bird's song, a passing smile, the timing of events. These may be ordinary moments, but they are windows into the sacred flow beneath the surface. Practice welcoming these moments with curiosity and gratitude. Know that each sign, each coincidence is an invitation to deepen your awareness and align more fully with your path. In this dance of synchronicity, you find a source of comfort and wonder. Life becomes less random, more infused with meaning. You learn to see beyond surface appearances, recognizing the hidden hand of connection guiding your steps. Breathe in trust. Breathe out doubt. You are moving in harmony with the unfolding universe. You are part of a dance far greater than yourself. Let this awareness settle softly in your heart. You are supported. You are guided. You are loved. Rest now in this knowing. You flow with life's gentle current. You walk the path of synchronicity, and in this flow, you find peace. You bring your awareness now to the mirror within others, the subtle reflection of parts of yourself that wait quietly, often unseen, to be acknowledged, embraced, and healed. Every person who crosses your path holds a fragment of your own heart, a silent invitation to deepen your self-understanding and cultivate compassion. Through the delicate dance of relationships, you encounter not only the other, but also the many layers of your own being, reflected back in ways both beautiful and challenging. Imagine standing before a pristine, still lake in the early morning. The water is so clear it mirrors the sky and the trees above with perfect clarity. As someone approaches the lake's edge, their image appears on the surface, shimmering alongside your own reflection. The two images merge and separate in the gentle ripple of the water, intertwined and inseparable. In this metaphor, the lake represents your mind and heart, vast and receptive, holding both your image and the images of others with equal presence. Relationships function much like this mirror. They show you parts of yourself that are often hidden beneath layers of habit, fear, or denial. When you look closely at others, you begin to see your own patterns of behavior, your emotional wounds, your desires, and your innate capacity for love and forgiveness reflected back. This process is both a challenge and a blessing, inviting you to meet your whole self with honesty and kindness. Buddhist teachings emphasize the dissolution of separation, the recognition that the boundaries between self and other are more fluid than rigid. This insight nurtures empathy, the ability to feel and understand the experiences of others as intimately connected to your own. When you perceive your vulnerabilities, joys, and struggles mirrored in others, compassion arises naturally. It becomes easier to extend patience, forgiveness, and love not only outward, but inward as well. Consider a moment in your life when a difficult person or situation served as a mirror, revealing something hidden within you. Perhaps a colleague's criticism stirred a sense of inadequacy you had long buried. Maybe a family member's anger unearthed your own unresolved hurt, or a friend's joy sparked a yearning for happiness you thought you'd lost. These reflections often come uninvited and may provoke discomfort, yet they carry valuable lessons. Instead of turning away or reacting defensively, imagine leaning in with gentle curiosity. What is this experience teaching you about your inner world? How might acknowledging this hidden part of yourself bring healing and growth? Reflect quietly now. What parts of myself have been mirrored in my relationships? In what ways can I approach these reflections with kindness, openness, and courage? Your breath flows softly as you allow your heart to soften. Notice any resistance, perhaps a habit of judging yourself or others, and gently let it melt away. Embrace the shared humanity that binds you to every being you meet. Breathe in compassion for yourself and others. Breathe out judgment and separation. You are one with all life. To deepen this awareness, consider the story of a Zen monk and a woman who approached him seeking guidance. The woman was burdened by anger and resentment toward a close friend. The monk asked her to imagine holding a mirror up to her friend's face. But instead of seeing only the friend, she began to see her own expression reflected back. Through this insight, she realized that much of her anger stemmed from unresolved pain within herself. Recognizing this, she was able to soften her heart and begin the path toward forgiveness. This story illustrates how the mirror of relationships reveals the interconnectedness of emotions and experiences. Others are often catalysts for inner work, offering you opportunities to heal wounds you may not have been aware of. Imagine now your heart as a spacious room filled with mirrors, each reflecting different facets of your being: joy, sorrow, love, fear, strength, vulnerability. When you engage with others, these mirrors catch the light of their presence, illuminating areas needing attention or celebration. By embracing these reflections without judgment, you cultivate wholeness and peace. As you continue to breathe, invite a sense of gratitude for these relationships, even those that have caused pain or confusion. They are not merely obstacles, but essential teachers on your spiritual path. Think of the relationship as a river flowing between two banks, sometimes calm, sometimes turbulent. Each bank supports the river's flow, and the river connects them both. You and the other person are like these banks, distinct, yet part of the same current of life. Holding this image, practice seeing difficult relationships as invitations to deepen your understanding, patience, and love. Notice too that self-compassion is crucial in this work. When you encounter parts of yourself reflected in others that are painful or difficult, meet them with kindness rather than harshness. You are learning to love the whole of yourself, light and shadow alike. Imagine placing a warm, healing hand over your heart. Feel the soothing presence of acceptance spreading through your chest, softening any tension or resistance. With each breath, let this compassion grow, radiating outward toward others and back again. Consider also that healing reflected in relationships often unfolds gradually, sometimes taking years or even lifetimes. This patience is a practice in itself, a deep trust in the natural unfolding of growth and transformation. You may find it helpful to introduce a simple phrase as you meditate on these reflections. May I see myself with kindness, or may I extend compassion to all beings. Let these words become a gentle mantra guiding your heart toward openness. Remember, every person you meet carries their own mirrors and shadows. Just as you are learning to embrace your whole self, they too are on their path of awakening. By holding this shared journey with respect and humility, you create space for healing and connection. Your relationships become sacred ground where love can grow, wounds can heal, and understanding deepens. Rest now in this awareness. Feel the quiet strength of compassion within you. You are whole. You are connected. You are love. Breathe in peace. Breathe out separation. You are reflected in all. You are one. And in this unity, you find true freedom. You now gently open your heart to the delicate art of letting go with grace, the sacred practice of releasing attachments, while holding kindness for those who leave your life. Life is in constant motion, a river flowing endlessly through moments of meeting and parting. People arrive in your world like waves touching the shore, sometimes lingering, sometimes retreating, yet always leaving an imprint, a shaping of your soul's landscape. Imagine standing barefoot on a quiet beach at dawn, the cool sand soft beneath your feet. The tide rolls in each wave, arriving with its own rhythm, its own dance of energy and promise. You watch as the water caresses the shore, then pulls back into the vast, mysterious ocean, leaving behind smooth stones and shells shaped by its touch. The shoreline remains transformed by the interplay of arrival and departure, a living testament to impermanence. So too, your relationships ebb and flow. Some stay with you for years, becoming part of your foundation. Others appear briefly like shimmering reflections, then vanish. The pain of separation, whether through change, distance, or loss, can feel sharp and unrelenting. Yet beneath this pain lies an invitation, a call to practice a gentle surrender, a letting go infused with love and compassion. Buddha taught the principle of non-attachment, not as cold indifference, but as a warm embrace of life's impermanence. Clinging tightly to people, experiences, or ideas leads inevitably to suffering. When you resist change or hold on to what is passing, you bind yourself to pain. But when you learn to let go with kindness, releasing without bitterness or regret, you open space for healing, growth, and peace. Recall a time in your own life when someone dear left your world. Perhaps a close friend moved away, a relationship ended, or a loved one passed on. The heartache may have seemed unbearable, a wound too deep to heal. Yet over time, you may have discovered that this loss also carried a quiet gift, a chance to learn resilience, to discover your inner strength, or to deepen your capacity for forgiveness. Reflect gently now. How might I practice releasing with kindness? Can I hold my memories tenderly without clinging? Can I bless those who have departed with gratitude rather than sorrow? As you breathe slowly, allow your breath to steady your heart. Each inhale brings acceptance. Each exhale releases resistance. Imagine your breath as the tide ebbing and flowing in natural rhythm, carrying away heaviness and welcoming softness. You are learning to flow with life's ever-changing dance, moving with grace rather than against the current. Consider the story of a Zen master who met a grieving disciple struggling to let go of a cherished teacher who had passed away. The master took the disciple to a riverbank and pointed to the water flowing by. See how the river never holds on to a single drop. It lets each moment pass, yet it remains whole and flowing. So must you learn to let go to release your attachment while staying connected in love. This teaching reveals that letting go does not mean forgetting or abandoning. It means releasing the grip that causes suffering while honoring what was precious. Practice imagining your heart as this flowing river, soft and steady, carrying memories gently downstream. You do not lose them. You simply allow them to change form, becoming part of the larger current of your life. Letting go with grace also includes releasing expectations of how people should be, how relationships should unfold, or how life ought to proceed. When you hold rigidly to these expectations, you set yourself up for disappointment and pain. Non-attachment invites you to meet life as it is with openness and curiosity, rather than as you wish it to be. Reflect now. Where do I hold tight to expectations that cause me suffering? How might releasing these free me to experience life more fully? Imagine a branch of a tree heavy with ripe fruit. If it clings too tightly, it may break under the weight. But if it lets the fruit fall when the time is right, new blossoms will emerge in their place. This is the wisdom of natural cycles, embracing endings as necessary for new beginnings. Breathe into this wisdom. Feel your body soften as you release tension carried by clinging and control. Let your mind settle like a calm pond, undisturbed by waves of attachment. Know that this practice is a journey, one that unfolds gently, often requiring patience and kindness toward yourself. Sometimes you may feel pulled back by old habits of holding on. When this happens, return your attention to your breath, your anchor in the present. Offer yourself the same compassion you would give a dear friend learning to heal. You are not alone in this process. Countless beings have walked this path before you and beside you. You carry the strength of this collective wisdom within. In learning to let go with kindness, you free your heart to expand, to love more deeply, and to live more fully. Your soul becomes lighter, more radiant. The space you create within yourself becomes a sanctuary where peace can flourish. As you breathe now, envision the people who have left your life as stars shining in your night sky, each one glowing with light that continues to guide and inspire you, even from afar. Though they are no longer present in form, their essence remains a blessing woven into your being. Let gratitude fill you for these gifts of presence and absence alike. You are part of an eternal cycle of meeting and parting, birth and death, coming and going. In this flow, you find freedom. You find peace. You find home. Breathe in acceptance. Breathe out resistance. You flow with life. You let go with grace. You embrace what is, and you become whole. You now soften into the gentle awakening of compassion, the tender seed planted by every connection you nurture and every heart you touch. Compassion is the living thread that binds you to others, inviting you to see beyond surface differences and meet beings in their shared humanity. It is the sacred garden where empathy blooms and kindness grows, a wellspring of warmth that nourishes your soul and the souls of all beings. Imagine yourself walking through a quiet forest at dawn. The air is crisp and cool, filled with the scent of earth and pine. The first light filters softly through the canopy above, casting gentle rays that dance upon dew-covered leaves and fragile wildflowers. Each drop of dew holds a universe of life and possibility, a tiny, perfect jewel reflecting the world around it. Compassion is like these droplets, small in appearance, but profound in essence, holding the beauty and fragility of all beings shimmering with connection. Buddhism teaches that compassion naturally arises when you awaken to the interconnectedness of life, that every being experiences suffering, longing, and the desire for happiness. This understanding softens the walls built by fear, judgment, or separation, opening the heart to respond not with distance or indifference, but with warmth and care. Think now of a moment when your heart softened for someone who was struggling, whether it was a close friend carrying heavy burdens or a stranger crossing your path. Perhaps you offered a listening ear when words were scarce, a gentle smile when eyes met, or simply your presence in silence. These seemingly small acts, rooted in genuine kindness, ripple outward, nurturing the seeds of compassion within you and others. Reflect quietly. How can I cultivate deeper compassion in my daily life? What small, simple acts of kindness can I offer that might grow into profound healing for myself and the world around me? Feel your breath become a bridge, a gentle connection linking your heart to the wider world with every inhale and exhale. Each breath invites love in and sends kindness out, weaving an invisible thread of care that connects all beings. Breathe in love. Breathe out kindness. You nurture the sacred garden of your soul, where empathy blossoms and peace grows. Compassion is not merely a feeling, but a practice, a way of being that you can cultivate moment by moment. It requires awareness, presence, and the willingness to see the world through the eyes of others. Imagine yourself sitting beside a river, watching the water flow endlessly downstream. Compassion is like the river's current, persistent flowing, shaping the land gently but steadily over time. You may not always see the changes immediately, but with patience, the water carves valleys, nourishes forests, and sustains life. Your acts of kindness, like drops of water, join together to create a current of healing and connection. There is a story in Buddhist tradition of a monk who encountered a scorpion struggling by the water's edge. As the monk reached to save it, the scorpion stung him. Undeterred, the monk tried again, stung again. When asked why, he replied, "It is in the scorpion's nature to sting, but it is in my nature to save." This story illustrates the boundless compassion that can arise when you meet suffering with a heart open to love, even in the face of pain. Consider how compassion is a path not only outward, but inward. Often the hardest person to extend kindness to is yourself. You may carry harsh judgments or unforgiving thoughts about your own mistakes, flaws, or struggles. Compassion invites you to soften toward yourself, recognizing your own humanity and deservingness of care. Place a gentle hand over your heart and feel the warmth of self-compassion spreading, slowly melting away tension and self-criticism. Allow yourself the same kindness you would offer a beloved friend. With each breath, let this compassionate energy grow, expanding outward to encompass others. You become a beacon of love, a source of healing light in the world. Notice too that compassion carries humility. It acknowledges that everyone is on their own unique journey, facing challenges seen and unseen. By releasing judgment and opening to understanding, you deepen your connection to all life. This humility invites patience, not only with others, but with yourself. growth and healing unfold in their own time, like the slow unfolding of a lotus flower rising from muddy waters. You may find it helpful to repeat a simple phrase silently as you breathe. May I be kind to myself. May I be kind to others. May all beings be free from suffering. Let these words become a gentle mantra, rooting you in the practice of compassion. Imagine now your heart as a vast garden, rich and fertile. Each act of kindness, each moment of empathy plants a seed. Some seeds sprout quickly into bright flowers of joy and connection. Others take time to grow, nourished by patience and care. This garden is your sanctuary, a place of healing and renewal where love flourishes. You carry the power to tend this garden with your attention and your heart. Breathe deeply and feel gratitude for the capacity you have to love and be loved. Recognize that compassion is a force of transformation, not only for others, but for yourself. It softens anger, dissolves fear, and bridges divides. You become a living example of kindness in a world that often feels harsh and divided. Rest in this awareness now. Feel the gentle power of compassion within you. You are a vessel of love. You are a source of healing. You are one with all beings. Breathe in peace. Breathe out love. You are whole. You are enough. And in this compassion, you find your true home. You now arrive gently at the delicate balance of giving and receiving, a sacred dance between souls that sustains and nurtures all life. Imagine the soft, rhythmic pulse of ocean tides as they ebb and flow, each movement carrying nourishment in and then carrying away in a continuous and harmonious exchange. This natural rhythm, neither forced nor hurried, reflects the way your relationships thrive best when care flows freely in both directions. Through this dynamic dance of giving and receiving, you and others create a circle of support, love, and mutual respect that weaves the fabric of connection. Picture a garden in full bloom, alive with colors and scents. Bees visit the flowers, gathering nectar to nourish their hive, and in turn they spread pollen from bloom to bloom, enabling the plants to grow and flourish. This natural exchange illustrates how giving and receiving are intertwined. Each act of generosity invites a response, and each moment of receptivity allows for growth. The garden's beauty depends on this reciprocity, just as your life and relationships flourish when care and kindness flow freely back and forth. In Buddhist teachings, giving dana is revered as a foundational practice, not only the giving of material things, but the offering of your time, attention, compassion, and presence. Giving arises naturally from a heart that understands interconnectedness and desires the well-being of others. It is a generous river that nourishes all it touches. Yet equally important is the art of receiving. Allowing yourself to receive graciously is not weakness or selfishness, but an essential part of the cycle of connection. Receiving opens space for others to express love and generosity, fostering intimacy and trust. When you accept gifts with gratitude, you acknowledge the giver's kindness and complete the circle of exchange. Reflect softly now. In what ways do I give freely from my heart? How do I allow myself to receive with openness and gratitude? Are there moments when I hesitate to receive out of fear, pride, or unworthiness? How might embracing receiving enrich my relationships and my sense of belonging? As you settle into your breath, imagine these two forces, giving and receiving, like dancers moving together in perfect harmony. Neither dominates, neither forces the other. Instead, they listen and respond, weaving a dance that sustains and delights. You are invited to embody this rhythm in your daily life. Giving can be as simple as a kind word spoken at the right moment, a listening ear offered without judgment, or a smile that brightens another's day. Receiving can be the willingness to accept help when you need it, the grace to embrace compliments, or the openness to be vulnerable and supported. Consider a story from the Zen tradition about a student who asked the master how to live a meaningful life. The master said, "Give freely like the tree that offers shade and fruit without expecting return, but also drink the water from the well that others dig for you." This teaching reminds you that balance in giving and receiving is a path to harmony and fulfillment. Think of times when you have given generously and felt joy in doing so. Perhaps you offered encouragement to a friend during a difficult time, or volunteered your time to help others. Notice how these acts expanded your heart and deepened your connection to those around you. Now recall moments when you hesitated to receive, maybe turning down an offer of help out of pride or discomfort. Recognize that receiving is a sacred act of trust and acceptance, inviting others into your life and allowing the flow of generosity to continue. Breathing in, invite a sense of openness into your heart. Breathing out, release any resistance to receiving love and kindness. Notice how your body responds to this opening, the softening of your chest, the gentle rise and fall of your breath, the warmth spreading through your heart. Presence is a vital part of this exchange. When you offer your full attention, your genuine care, your mindful presence. When you receive, be fully present to the gift offered, honoring the intention behind it. This mutual presence deepens the bond between giver and receiver, creating a sacred space where true connection and healing can unfold. As you continue to breathe, imagine a circle of hands joined and supporting one another, a symbol of the interconnected web of giving and receiving. Each hand offers strength and receives support, sustaining the whole. You are part of this living circle, held and holding in turn. In this cycle, you learn humility and gratitude. You discover that giving without expectation frees you from attachment and fosters joy. You realize that receiving with grace honors the generosity of others and opens your heart to deeper connection. Sometimes the balance tips, and you may find yourself giving more than receiving, or receiving more than giving. This is natural as life's rhythms ebb and flow. The practice is to remain aware, to communicate your needs and boundaries kindly, and to allow the dance to find its natural flow again. Reflect now. Where might I need to restore balance between giving and receiving in my life? How can I approach this with compassion for myself and others? Imagine your relationships as rivers meeting the sea. Some bring more water at times, others less. Together they form the vast, nourishing ocean. Each contributes uniquely, and all are essential. Let this image soothe any tension around giving or receiving, reminding you that balance is not static, but fluid. Breathe deeply and feel gratitude for the many ways love and care circulate in your life. You are both giver and receiver. You are nourished and nourishing. You are connected and whole. Rest now in this awareness. Feel the gentle pulse of generosity flowing through your veins. You are part of a sacred dance. You are a vital thread in the web of life. And in this dance you find peace. Breathe in openness. Breathe out gratitude. You flow with life's beautiful rhythm. You are love. You are enough. You are home. You bring your attention now to the quiet guidance of intuition, the subtle, gentle voice within that whispers truths beyond words and thoughts, nudging you toward the path that resonates with your deepest self. Intuition is the language of your soul, an inner compass that speaks softly but clearly when you cultivate stillness and presence. When you learn to trust this inner knowing, you open the door to profound clarity, wisdom, and peace. Imagine yourself walking through a dense ancient forest, the air cool and fragrant with moss and earth. The path beneath your feet winds unpredictably between towering trees, thick roots, and scattered stones. The way forward is sometimes unclear, veiled by shadows or branches. As you move slowly, you become attuned to subtle signals: a rustle in the leaves, a pattern of light on the forest floor, a gentle breeze whispering direction. This is your intuition guiding you when the logical mind cannot yet see the way. Buddhist teachings encourage you to cultivate mindfulness not only outwardly toward the world, but inwardly toward your own body, heart, and mind, so you can become receptive to these subtle signals. When you are fully present, your intuition arises naturally as a deep knowing, free from the clutter of doubt and distraction. Think back on moments in your life when a sudden sense, feeling, or inner voice led you to a wise decision, a timely encounter, or a necessary change. Perhaps you felt an inexplicable pull toward a person who became a great teacher, or a hesitation that saved you from harm. Maybe you ignored these inner nudges and later wished you had trusted them. Reflect gently. How can I nurture my intuition? What would it be like to listen more closely to this quiet voice within? How might trusting it deepen my connection to myself and to life's unfolding? Your breath deepens as you open to this inner guidance, this sacred dialogue between your heart and the universe. Breathe in trust. Breathe out doubt. Imagine your breath as a bridge spanning the conscious and unconscious mind, steadying you in presence and openness. Intuition often speaks in subtle ways through feelings, images, bodily sensations, or sudden insights. It bypasses the chatter of the thinking mind, connecting you to deeper wisdom. In the stillness, you may sense a gentle warmth in your chest, a lightness in your stomach, or a quiet knowing in your mind. These signals invite you to pause and consider, to honor the inner rhythm guiding you. There is a story of a wise Buddhist teacher who advised a student struggling to make an important choice. The teacher said, "When your mind is clouded, return to your breath and listen with your whole being. Your true path speaks softly, but it never misleads." The student practiced this attentiveness, and over time, learned to recognize the subtle messages guiding every step. You too are learning this sacred art, listening deeply, trusting gently, and acting from the heart's quiet wisdom. Consider how often you have faced moments of uncertainty or decision. How might your experience change if you paused to ask your intuition for guidance? How would your life shift if you honored the first feeling or thought that arises in these moments? Notice any fears or doubts that arise around trusting yourself. It is natural to hesitate, especially when external voices or past experiences urge caution. Yet cultivating self-trust is a profound step toward freedom and authenticity. Imagine yourself planting a seed of trust deep within your heart. With care and patience, you nurture it daily with mindfulness, gentle reflection, and courageous action. Over time, this seed grows strong, blossoming into a radiant tree of inner knowing. As you breathe, invite this trust to expand through your body and mind. Let it soften any resistance or fear, creating space for clarity and confidence. Intuition also connects you to the subtle flow of life's unfolding. It is like a dance between you and the universe, a dynamic interplay where you both lead and follow. Sometimes the guidance comes in a whisper, other times in a sudden flash of insight. Trusting this flow allows you to move with grace even through uncertainty. You might visualize your intuition as a gentle lighthouse standing steadfast on a rocky shore. Its light does not force the ship's course, but offers a reliable beacon in the fog and storm. When you feel lost or overwhelmed, return your awareness to this lighthouse within the quiet light of inner wisdom. Practice now bringing your attention to your body, the seat of intuition. Notice how your physical sensations provide clues about what feels right or wrong. Perhaps your shoulders relax when you consider one choice, or your stomach tightens at the thought of another. These bodily signals are the language of intuition communicating through sensation before words form. As you breathe deeply, invite curiosity about these sensations. Allow them to guide you gently without fear or judgment. Reflect, how do my body and feelings inform my decisions? How might listening more closely to them help me live more authentically? Intuition is also deeply connected to your emotions and dreams channels where your unconscious mind speaks. Pay attention to recurring images, feelings, or symbols in your dreams, as they often contain insights waiting to be understood. When you practice mindfulness and cultivate silence, you open space for these messages to emerge. You become attuned to the wisdom flowing through your inner world and through the world around you. Remember that trusting intuition does not mean ignoring reason or practical considerations. Rather, it is about integrating both heart and mind, listening to the full spectrum of your being. Breathe now with gratitude for this inner guide, this sacred compass that points toward your highest good. You are learning to walk your path with courage and trust. You are becoming attuned to the subtle rhythms of life. You are aligned with your true self. Breathe in confidence. Breathe out hesitation. You move forward with clarity and grace. Rest here now in this knowing. You are held by wisdom within and without. You are guided by love and truth. You are enough. You are whole. And in this quiet trust, you find peace. You bring your awareness gently to the space of embracing unexpected encounters, those surprising moments and people who enter your life without warning, yet leave lasting impressions that shape your soul's journey. Life has a way of arriving with surprises when you least expect it, like a sudden breeze that shifts the course of a leaf drifting along a gentle stream. These unplanned meetings and events are not mere accidents, but meaningful threads woven into the fabric of your existence. Imagine yourself walking along a quiet path in a sun-dappled forest. The canopy filters soft light onto the moss-covered ground beneath your feet. You move at a leisurely pace, your breath steady and calm, your senses alive to the sights, sounds, and scents around you. Suddenly, through the trees, a figure appears. A stranger, someone unfamiliar, someone you did not anticipate meeting. This encounter may bring joy, challenge, or insight. Though unexpected, it carries a sacred message. Life is unfolding in its own mysterious way, inviting you to let go of control and open your heart to new possibilities. Buddhism teaches that clinging to certainty, to expectations, and to the familiar limits your growth and blinds you to the richness of the present moment. Embracing the unexpected invites you to release the tight grip of control and surrender to life's mysteries with curiosity and grace. Each surprise, each unforeseen meeting, offers an opportunity for awakening, an invitation to expand your heart and mind beyond their usual boundaries. Reflect softly now. When have unexpected people or events changed the course of my life? How did these surprises open new doors, reveal hidden truths, or teach me essential lessons? How might I cultivate a more welcoming attitude toward life's surprises, seeing them as integral parts of my spiritual journey rather than disruptions or obstacles? As you breathe in, invite openness into your being, allowing space for the unknown to enter. As you breathe out, release resistance and the need for control. Trusting that life's unfolding is wise and benevolent. even when it feels uncertain or challenging. Your breath deepens, steadying you as you soften into acceptance. Breathe in openness. Breathe out resistance. You move with life's unfolding dance. Consider the story of a Zen master who told his students that life is like walking along a winding mountain path. The path is narrow and steep, full of unexpected turns and surprises. If you cling to the idea of a straight, predictable journey, you will stumble and fall. But if you walk with openness, curiosity, and attention, every twist and turn becomes a teacher, every new encounter a companion on your path. This teaching invites you to trust not only the path itself, but your own ability to navigate the unknown with courage and grace. Think now of a time in your own life when a surprise meeting or event shifted your perspective or changed your course. Perhaps you met someone who became a cherished friend, a mentor, or even a stranger whose brief kindness changed your day. Maybe an unexpected challenge pushed you to discover strengths you did not know you had. These moments are gifts even when wrapped in discomfort or uncertainty. They remind you that life is alive, dynamic, and full of endless possibility. When you welcome the unexpected, you learn to live fully in the present moment, releasing attachment to how things should be. You open to the beauty and mystery of life as it is vibrant and ever-changing. You may also find that embracing surprises requires a gentle patience with yourself. The unknown can evoke fear or hesitation, the desire to retreat into the familiar and safe. This is natural. Allow yourself to feel these emotions without judgment. Let them arise and pass like clouds moving across the sky. Return your attention again and again to your breath, the steady anchor grounding you in the present. Notice how your body responds when you welcome uncertainty with calm. Perhaps your shoulders soften, your heart opens wider, your mind quiets. Each breath is an act of trust, a small surrender to life's flow. As you cultivate this trust, you develop resilience, the ability to adapt and thrive amid change. You become like a tree bending gracefully in the wind, strong yet flexible, rooted yet open. Imagine now your life as a vast tapestry, each unexpected encounter a vibrant thread woven into your story. Some threads are bright and joyful, others dark and challenging. All are necessary to create the whole rich pattern. See yourself as both the weaver and the woven, actively engaging with life's surprises while also being shaped and transformed by them. Reflect again. How might embracing the unexpected deepen my sense of connection, meaning, and peace? What fears or doubts do I need to release to welcome life more fully? Allow your breath to flow freely, carrying you into a spacious awareness where you are open and receptive. Know that you are supported by the unseen hands of compassion and wisdom guiding your way. You are moving in harmony with the great unfolding of existence. You are part of a sacred dance beyond beginning or end. Rest now in this awareness. You are open. You are safe. You are home. Breathe in courage. Breathe out fear. You are becoming whole. You are becoming free. And in this freedom, you find peace. You now turn your awareness to the subtle ripples of karma, the quiet, unseen waves caused by your actions, intentions, and choices that weave through time and space, shaping the people who enter your life and the experiences you encounter. Karma is a core Buddhist understanding, reminding you that every cause creates an effect, and every seed you plant eventually blooms in some form, sometimes in ways that transcend immediate perception or comprehension. Imagine a still, clear pond at dawn. The surface is like glass, reflecting the soft colors of the sky and the surrounding trees. You gently toss a small stone into the water and watch as concentric rings ripple outward, expanding slowly until they reach every corner of the pond. These ripples move beyond the place where the stone fell, connecting distant points in a silent, graceful dance of cause and effect. Like these ripples, your actions, whether kind or harsh, conscious or unconscious, send vibrations across the vast web of life, touching far beyond what you can see or imagine. Buddhism teaches that karma is not about punishment or reward, but the natural unfolding of consequences. It is the law of cause and effect, as fundamental as the turning of the seasons or the law of gravity. The people who come into your life, the opportunities that arise, and the challenges you face are often part of this karmic flow, manifestations of past seeds you have planted through your thoughts, words, and deeds. Consider moments when a relationship or encounter seemed to arrive at exactly the right time, sometimes to teach you a profound lesson, sometimes to offer healing, and sometimes to challenge you deeply. These meetings are never random or accidental. They are karmic ripples returning to meet you, opening doors for growth, transformation, and awakening. Reflect quietly now. How might the people in my life reflect my own past actions or intentions, whether from this lifetime or beyond? What seeds am I planting today through my thought, speech, and behavior that will shape my future connections and experiences? Your breath deepens as you settle into the wisdom of interconnection. Breathe in awareness. Breathe out acceptance. You are part of an unfolding living web of cause and effect, a tapestry woven from countless choices and moments. To deepen this reflection, imagine your life as a garden. Every thought, word, or deed is a seed planted in the fertile soil. Some seeds grow quickly into vibrant flowers, others slowly into towering trees, and some remain dormant, waiting for the right conditions. The people who enter your life are like the fruits of these seeds, ripening in their own time and way. You might recall a time when a past action, perhaps forgotten or unnoticed, seemed to echo in a present experience. Maybe an old kindness you offered was returned in a surprising way, or a harsh word you spoke returned as a challenge to your patience. This awareness is not meant to burden you with guilt, but to empower you with understanding and responsibility. Buddhist teachings encourage you to cultivate wholesome actions, those rooted in compassion, generosity, and wisdom, to create positive karmic ripples that bring joy and peace to yourself and others. Similarly, recognizing the effects of harmful actions invites you to learn, make amends, and choose differently in the future. Reflect again. What positive seeds am I planting in my daily life? How can I transform past mistakes into opportunities for growth and healing? Breath anchors you in this unfolding moment. With each inhale, draw in clarity and compassion. With each exhale, release judgment and regret. There is a story of a Buddhist teacher who said, "Every encounter you have is a mirror of your own karmic path. Treat others with kindness, for you are tending your own garden." This teaching reminds you that compassion toward others is also a gift to yourself, cultivating wholesome karma and deepening your spiritual growth. Imagine now your life's tapestry, rich with colors and textures, woven from countless moments of choice. Some threads shine brightly, others are muted or tangled, but each contributes to the whole pattern. The people and experiences you attract are the natural expressions of this tapestry, reflecting your past and shaping your future. Karma is not fatalism, it is the dance of cause and effect, where you have agency and freedom. While you cannot control all that arises, you can cultivate awareness and intentionality in your actions. Each moment offers a chance to plant seeds of kindness, patience, and wisdom, creating a future filled with harmony and connection. As you breathe, imagine yourself as both the gardener and the garden, the one who tends with care and the one who grows and transforms. You have the power to nurture your inner landscape, influencing the outer world in subtle but profound ways. This practice invites patience and humility. Sometimes karmic ripples return quickly. Other times they take years or lifetimes to manifest. You may never see the full effects of your actions, but trust that every choice matters. Reflect with gentleness. How can I live each day more mindfully, knowing that my actions weave the fabric of my life and the lives of others? Feel gratitude rising in your chest for this profound interconnection that supports and challenges you. You are part of a vast unfolding story, greater than yourself, a story of cause and effect, loss and gain, meeting and parting. You breathe in awareness of your place in this sacred flow. You breathe out acceptance of life's unfolding. You are both creator and created. You are connected in an endless web. And in this knowing, you find peace. Breathe deeply now and rest in the vastness of this karmic web held by the natural law of cause and effect. You are part of the great unfolding. You are whole. You are enough. And in this interconnection, you are free. You now rest your awareness on the impermanence of meetings, the transient, delicate nature of every connection that enters your life. Like clouds drifting across an expansive sky or leaves floating gently down a river. Every meeting with another being is a moment in time, unique, precious, and ultimately passing. This truth is a core teaching of Buddhism, inviting you to embrace relationships without clinging or regret, to appreciate their beauty, precisely because they are temporary, and to find freedom in acceptance. Imagine yourself sitting quietly by a gentle riverbank on a calm afternoon. The water flows steadily clear and cool, carrying leaves and petals that have fallen from nearby trees. You watch as one leaf glides downstream, catching the light of the sun, spinning slowly as it moves. This leaf's journey is its own unpredictable, yet perfectly natural. Sometimes it pauses near a rock or an eddy, basking briefly in warmth before continuing on its path. This image reminds you that your meetings with others are like these leaves passing moments that influence the current of your life, leaving impressions, memories, and lessons, but never permanent attachments. Buddha taught that clinging to permanence or resisting change leads inevitably to suffering. When you hold tightly to a moment, a person, or a feeling, you set yourself up for pain when it inevitably shifts or ends. But when you accept impermanence, the constant flowing nature of all things, you find liberation. You can love fully and deeply, knowing that change is part of the dance of life, not its enemy. Reflect softly now. How can I cherish my connections with others, fully appreciating their presence without grasping or fear? What peace arises when I release the need to hold tightly, allowing relationships to flow naturally like the river's current? Your breath flows steady and gentle as you soften into this acceptance. Each inhale draws you into presence. Each exhale lets go of resistance and clinging. You become a willing participant in life's ever-changing tides. To deepen this awareness, recall a relationship in your life, perhaps a friendship, a romance, or even a brief encounter that changed over time. Maybe someone you loved moved away or passed on, leaving a tender emptiness. Perhaps a partnership shifted into something new or faded quietly. Notice the feelings that arise when you remember this impermanence. There may be sadness, nostalgia, or longing. These emotions are natural and part of loving deeply. Yet beneath these feelings, you can find gratitude for the time shared, for the lessons learned, and for the growth that occurred. The impermanence of meetings is what makes them precious. Like a flower that blooms brilliantly, but briefly, every connection holds a unique beauty exactly because it will not last forever. There is a story in Buddhist tradition about a monk who sat with a student grieving the loss of a beloved friend. The monk pointed to the sky and said, "Look at the clouds. They come and go, never clinging to one shape or place. Yet the sky remains vast and open. So it is with love and loss. The forms change, but the essence endures." This teaching reminds you that while forms shift and fade, the deeper connection, love itself, transcends time and change. Imagine now your heart as the vast sky, open, spacious, and accepting. The clouds of relationships come and go, sometimes stormy, sometimes bright, but you remain steady beneath them all. This space within you is unchanging, a refuge amid life's fluctuations. As you continue to breathe, invite yourself to rest in this vast openness. Allow the waves of attachment and loss to rise and fall naturally like tides returning to the shore. You do not have to hold on to them or push them away. Instead, you can witness them with gentle compassion. Reflect again. How can I live with the grace to welcome each connection, fully knowing it is part of the flow? How might embracing impermanence bring freedom from fear and deepen my capacity to love? Consider too that impermanence applies not only to relationships, but to all aspects of life, your thoughts, feelings, body, and circumstances. Nothing remains fixed. Everything moves, changes, and evolves. This insight invites you to cultivate presence and gratitude in each moment, appreciating life as a series of gifts, each unique and transient. Practice now, resting your attention on your breath, the constant flow amid change. Each inhale is a new beginning, each exhale a letting go. This rhythm mirrors life's impermanence, always moving forward, always releasing what no longer serves. You are invited to find peace, not by resisting change, but by flowing with it, like a leaf carried by the river, trusting the current, even when the destination is unknown. This trust brings profound freedom, a freedom to love without fear, to connect without clinging, to live fully in the present. Your relationships become treasures to cherish, not burdens to hold tightly. You learn to greet each meeting and parting as a sacred dance, a vital thread in the tapestry of your life. As your breath deepens, you may sense a softening in your chest, a gentle opening to life's transient beauty. Let this feeling grow, filling you with compassion for yourself and others, navigating the same ebb and flow. You are not alone in this experience. Every being encounters the impermanence of meetings and the mystery of change. This shared human journey unites you, weaving a bond beyond time and form. Rest now in the gentle embrace of impermanence. Feel the peace that arises from acceptance. You are steady. You are open. You are free. And in this freedom, you find your true home. Breathe in presence. Breathe out, surrender. You flow gracefully with life's changing tides. Section 13. You now bring your full and tender attention to the healing power of presence, the profound transformative gift of simply being fully with yourself and others. Presence is not about doing or fixing. It is about showing up with open-hearted awareness, free from judgment, distraction, or expectation. In this quiet offering, hearts soften, wounds begin to heal, and connection deepens in ways words cannot express. Imagine a quiet room bathed in the soft glow of morning light. You sit beside a loved one, perhaps a friend or family member, who is carrying heavy pain. You do not speak. You do not rush to offer advice or solutions. Instead, you simply sit with them, your body relaxed, your mind attentive, your heart open and steady. In this simple shared space, the weight of suffering begins to ease. A tightness in the chest loosens, tears flow freely, or a deep sigh escapes a release born from the safety of your presence. This is the sacred medicine of presence, a silent, steady embrace that says, I see you. You are not alone. I am here with you. Such presence has the power to transform hearts, softening armor and melting isolation. Buddhist teachings remind us that true healing often arises not from fixing or changing, but from being fully present with what is. When you listen deeply without interrupting, when you hold space without trying to fill it, you become a mirror reflecting unconditional safety and acceptance. This is the essence of compassionate presence. Reflect gently now. How have I experienced healing simply through the presence of another? How might I cultivate this healing presence more freely for myself and for others? What would it be like to offer my full attention without judgment or agenda? As you breathe, allow your body and mind to settle into a calm, gentle rhythm. Breathe in kindness. Breathe out tension. Feel yourself becoming a beacon of healing light, steady, warm, and welcoming. Presence invites you to release agendas and distractions. In our busy lives, it is easy to rush toward words, advice, or action, often missing the deeper gift of just being. Yet sometimes the greatest comfort is found not in fixing, but in simply being there, holding the space for another's experience with patience and love. Consider a story from Buddhist tradition. A teacher once sat silently beside a grieving student who sought solace after a great loss. The student expected words of wisdom or guidance, but instead received the teacher's quiet, compassionate presence. Over time, this unwavering presence became the seed of the student's healing teaching, that sometimes just being fully there is the greatest gift of all. This story reminds you that presence is an offering beyond words, a deep connection that allows healing to unfold naturally. In your daily life, presence can take many forms: a lingering glance that conveys care, a gentle touch that soothes, or a patient pause that honors silence. These small gestures create a sanctuary where trust and comfort grow. Presence builds bridges when words fail, knitting hearts together in understanding and love. You may also practice presence inwardly, turning your attention to your own feelings, sensations, and thoughts. With the same openness and kindness you offer others, this inward presence becomes a sanctuary of self-compassion where healing begins. Instead of pushing away pain or rushing through discomfort, you learn to rest with yourself, fully honoring your experience with gentle curiosity. As you breathe deeply, imagine your heart expanding like a glowing lantern, radiating healing light in all directions. This light flows through your body, dissolving tension and fear, and extends beyond you, touching all beings in need of comfort and care. You are both healer and healed. You are steady in the storm. You are light in the darkness. Presence is a practice of returning home to the quiet, unshakable core within that holds all experience with love. There will be moments when your mind wanders or your attention drifts. This is natural. When it happens, gently guide yourself back to your breath, to your body, to the simple act of being here now. This gentle return is itself a healing act, nurturing patience and kindness toward yourself. Notice the subtle shifts in your body and mind as you cultivate presence, the softening of your jaw, the release of tension in your shoulders, the quieting of mental chatter. Allow yourself to rest in this spaciousness. Reflect now. How does it feel to simply be here fully present without needing to do or fix? What parts of myself soften in this presence? How can I bring this quality more fully into my relationships? Compassionate presence creates a ripple effect. When you offer your full attention and care, you model for others how to be gentle and accepting with themselves. You plant seeds of healing, not only in your own heart, but in the hearts of those around you. Imagine a circle of light formed by your presence, and the presence of others, each light supporting and amplifying the others in a radiant field of healing energy. You belong to this circle. You contribute to its strength and warmth. As your breath deepens, rest in the knowledge that presence is always within reach. It is your birthright, your refuge, your power. You can return to this sacred space whenever you need. There, healing begins anew. You are here. You are whole. You are deeply loved. Breathe in healing, breathe out love, and in this presence find freedom and peace. You now open your heart to the dance of souls across lifetimes, the timeless sacred rhythm that carries your connections beyond this moment, beyond this life, weaving a profound story that spans ages and realms. In this cosmic dance, souls meet again and again, crossing paths in forms both new and deeply familiar, carrying threads of shared history, unresolved lessons, and enduring love. Each encounter is a step in this eternal choreography, a chance for healing growth and awakening that transcends time and space. Imagine yourself standing beneath a vast starlit sky, an infinite expanse where countless stars shimmer like jewels scattered across black velvet. The stars are not fixed, but move slowly in magnificent, harmonious patterns. Picture this cosmic ballroom where radiant beings twirl and glide in graceful arcs, guided by a wisdom beyond words or comprehension. Souls are the dancers in this eternal ballet, moving through lifetimes and dimensions, returning to meet familiar companions and welcoming new partners who join the flow for brief, meaningful passages. This dance is the essence of samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, central to Buddhist teachings. Samsara describes not just the repetition of physical lives, but the continuing journey of the soul carrying karmic imprints, echoes of past actions, emotions, and intentions that influence present and future connections. The people who enter your life then are not random strangers, but souls intertwined with your own, linked by invisible threads woven across time. Each relationship carries with it a sacred purpose, sometimes to teach, sometimes to heal, sometimes to awaken. Reflect softly now. How might my relationships be echoes of this timeless dance? In what ways do the people I meet carry lessons and love from lifetimes past? What unspoken stories and bonds might we share beneath the surface of this present moment? As you breathe, feel yourself drawn into the vastness of this cosmic dance. Your breath flows like the eternal river of time, steady, wise, and unending. Breathe in the timelessness that holds all existence. Breathe out any resistance to the mystery of your soul's journey. Consider the story of two souls who through many lifetimes encountered one another as friends, teachers, adversaries, and lovers, each meeting weaving new layers into their shared story. Though forms and circumstances changed, the essence of their connection persisted, offering each an opportunity to grow and evolve. This story reminds you that no encounter is insignificant and no separation is final. In your own life, you may sense familiar feelings or patterns in relationships, deep knowing, unexplained attraction, or recurring challenges that hint at these ancient ties. Recognizing this invites you to approach others with humility and compassion, honoring the depth of your shared journeys. Imagine your heart as a cosmic dance floor, where souls gather to move in harmony and discord, in joy and sorrow, creating the intricate choreography of life. Some dancers stay for a lifetime, others join for a single song. Yet every step, every movement leaves its mark, shaping your soul's evolution. You are both dancer and dance. You move with grace and courage, learning the steps as you go. Breathe deeply and allow the awareness of this eternal connection to fill you. Feel gratitude for the opportunities your relationships offer to forgive, to learn to love more fully. Recognize that the dance of souls is not always easy. Some encounters bring pain and challenge, reflecting unresolved karma or lessons yet to be learned. Yet even these difficult moments carry the potential for transformation and healing. Through compassion and mindfulness, you can soften the edges of past wounds and open to deeper understanding. Reflect again. How might I bring kindness and patience to relationships that challenge me? What healing can arise from viewing these connections as part of an ongoing spiritual journey? Remember that you are not alone in this dance. Countless souls move alongside you, each weaving their own patterns, each carrying their own stories. This shared journey unites all beings in a web of connection that transcends time. Feel your breath as a bridge between past and present, future and now. With each inhale, draw in the wisdom of ages. With each exhale, release fear and isolation. Know that your soul's dance is unique yet intertwined with all others. Your movements ripple across the cosmos, touching lives in seen and unseen ways. In this vast ballroom, you are held by love, guided by light, and embraced by the infinite. Rest now in the stillness beneath the dance, the spaciousness where all timelines converge and all souls find home. You are eternal. You are connected. You are whole. Breathe in peace. Breathe out surrender. And in this cosmic dance, find your true self. You arrive now at the comforting and deeply reassuring truth that we are never alone, that beneath the surface of our daily lives flows an enduring current of interconnectedness, a profound spiritual bond that links all beings across time and space. This sacred understanding brings solace and strength, reminding you that no matter how isolated or separate you may feel at times, you are held within a vast, invisible web of love, support, and compassion that transcends the boundaries of the physical world. Imagine yourself standing quietly on a mountaintop at sunrise. The air is crisp and cool, and the horizon stretches endlessly before you. Rivers wind like shimmering silver ribbons through deep valleys. Forests breathe in the soft morning light, and distant mountain peaks rise majestically, their edges softened by gentle mists. Though the landscape appears vast and perhaps lonely, there is an unspoken unity threading through every element. The rich soil beneath your feet, the breeze that caresses your skin, the golden sunlight warming your face. You are intimately connected to this great whole, inseparable from the life that surrounds you, part of a grand cosmic symphony. Buddhist teachings reveal the profound truth of interdependence, pratyasamutpada, the understanding that all phenomena arise in dependence upon causes and conditions, that nothing exists independently or in isolation. Your own existence is woven from countless connections: the air you breathe, the food that nourishes you, the people who shape your life. This same web connects you not only to all living beings in this moment, but also to generations past and future. This awareness gently dissolves the illusion of separateness and nurtures a deep sense of compassion and belonging. Reflect quietly now. How do I experience this connection in my life? In what subtle ways do I feel the presence of others, the support of the earth, the flow of life around me, even in moments of solitude or difficulty? How can I deepen my awareness of this unseen web of support, opening my heart to the comfort and strength it offers? As you bring your attention inward, notice your breath, steady, calm, and reliable. Let it anchor you in this knowing that you are part of something far greater than yourself. Breathe in belonging, breathe out separation. There is a story from Buddhist tradition that illustrates this truth beautifully. A teacher once asked a student, "Who are you when you are alone?" The student replied, "I am myself." The teacher smiled and said, "But when you are alone, are you truly separate? Consider the air, the water, the earth. You are never apart from them. Your life depends on all that is." This teaching reminds you that solitude does not mean loneliness. Even in stillness and silence, you are surrounded by the essence of life itself. Imagine your heart as a radiant lotus flower, its petals opening slowly to reveal a glowing center. This flower is rooted deeply in the mud beneath the water, but rises above the surface to bloom in the light. Your connection to all beings is like the root system beneath the lotus, hidden yet vital, nourishing and sustaining your growth. Through this connection, you draw strength, love, and resilience. Consider, too, the moments in your life when you have felt supported in unseen ways, an unexpected kindness from a stranger, a comforting thought during hardship, a memory that brings warmth to your heart. These are expressions of the invisible web of connection that cradles you even when you cannot see it clearly. As you breathe, invite gratitude to arise for this network of love and care. Feel it as a gentle presence enveloping you, steady and unwavering. You may also reflect on times when you have offered support or kindness to others, knowing that in doing so, you contribute to this vast circle of compassion. Your actions ripple outward, touching lives in ways you may never fully comprehend. This understanding calls you to practice compassion not only for others, but also for yourself. When feelings of isolation or fear arise, remember that you are held in this great unfolding. Your worth is intrinsic. Your presence matters. You are part of an eternal dance, moving through moments of meeting and parting, growth and healing. Take a moment now to silently repeat a simple mantra: I am connected, I am supported, I am never alone. Allow these words to settle deeply within your being, infusing your heart with calm and reassurance. The web of life is both delicate and strong, a tapestry woven from infinite threads of love, experience, and presence. Your thread is unique and precious, essential to the pattern as a whole. As your breath deepens, rest in the vastness of this connection. Feel yourself embraced by the collective heart of all beings, past, present, and future. Know that in every moment, no matter how solitary it may seem, you are part of a great whole. You are embraced by the unfolding mystery of existence, supported by love that knows no bounds. Breathe in belonging. Breathe out separation. You are held. You are cherished. You are home. And in this deep knowing, you find peace. Breathe deeply once more, filling yourself with this gentle assurance. You are never alone. You are always supported. You are deeply loved. Rest here now in the warm embrace of connection, and carry this truth with you as a quiet strength through all your days. Slow your breath now. Softly, gently, allow the rhythm to slow, each inhale becoming a tender invitation. Each exhale a soft release. Feel your body melting deeper into the support beneath you, the steady ground that holds you with quiet care. There is no need to rush, no need to hold on. Let your mind drift like a cloud on a vast, endless sky, soft light moving effortlessly with the gentle breeze. Thoughts come and go. You watch without clinging, welcoming the stillness that lives between them. The world around you fades softly like the last colors of dusk slipping into night. You rest here in this gentle quiet, wrapped in a blanket of calm and peace. There is nothing to do now, no place to go, no problem to solve. Just this moment, pure and simple, a sacred space where you are safe and whole. Allow your heart to soften. Feel the warmth of kindness flowing slowly like sunlight through autumn leaves. Know that you are enough, just as you are. You are held in the embrace of this moment, held gently, lovingly, without condition. Breathe in the stillness, breathe out any lingering tension. Let yourself float softly into rest, a quiet harbor where peace waits patiently. May your dreams be calm and kind. May your waking moments be filled with grace. And now, with one last gentle breath, surrender fully to the quiet night. May you rest in peace and stillness.